walking through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start on the ground. Hall. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is taken at the 23. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play? On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall.
Touchdown! Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. See if they can do better here on this drive. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Nowhere to go. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McGrath. Open net is Waddle complete.
Oh my God.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard
Fucking
line
hell.
after a gain of 6.
Turn around.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play quarterback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. McGrath. Toward the sideline. He will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. On 1st and 10. McGrath. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Evan Ingram, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half. That's into a crowd and intercepted. picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 21-0 our score after 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. McGrath. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jalen Waddle, 35 yards. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Play anything. You can't do anything.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. To throw again is Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 47 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
How do you not get that ball?
Meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the ground with Hall.
What in the fuck?
And they get to him quickly as he stopped right around the 13. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside
how is this working?
minutes.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down.
Missed that block. I didn't miss that block.
On downs. The Browns drive about to get started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Hall.
No way.
And nothing
No
doing.
way.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Moore, the man in motion. A toss left side for Hall. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. They go play action with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They go play action now. Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Man, it's my own fucking guy.
And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles.
Because he ran into his own
that's
guy.
Now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. Charles, a new NFL record, 67 yards. There has never been one converted from that distance until this very moment. Unbelievable. Congratulations to it.
And, partner, there's no way you or I woke up today thinking, hey, we might see a 67-yard field goal made, let alone attempted. Congratulations. Great job. And remember, it all starts getting that kick away, because often it starts low. Usually that's when it can be tipped. Not in this case, a new NFL record.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
To throw again. McGrath. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, McGrath is complete to Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Back to throw. McGrath. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
What are you?
There's a quick throw.
Where are you going?
And it's complete.
Where are you going?
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
What are you?
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Evan Ingram with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns have got it on cruise control. Extra point
What
by
the
York
fuck?
is up
You
and
have
good.
him in
And the
man
lead
cover.
grows even larger here in
You
the third
stop
quarter.
fucking covering him.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Yes.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Pushes him over. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Come on, man.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. McGrath flushed out right. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McGrath. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Elijah Moore, 45 yards. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands-on hit. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Browns are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now, we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jalen Waddle
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. McGrath.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this
I
undefeated
don't know.
streak of theirs is going to be safe for
I
another week.
don't know how he
Hard
caught
don't make it
that,
this far
but
into a season without a
fucking
loss
caught
unless you're
it.
getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows?
What
You may meet
is
up with this
happening
team
on the
again.
backside there?
The Jets are going to
My
use
God,
the
this
first
throw?
of their timeouts
Get that.
as they'll stop the clock with 24
This
seconds to
far.
go
That's
in the
crazy.
game. Third and long. It's Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And unable
How do I
to
not break
away.
that tackle?
Stop him a few yards shy.
How do I not
They
break that
had to go
tackle?
for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really
Get
wouldn't have
the
mattered.
fuck
This
out.
one, it was already determined.
No doubt
He
about it.
didn't
This
break
was
the
over a
tackle.
while ago.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. McGrath. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. McGrath.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Browns, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.